Hello everyone. Today we're playing Schedule 1. In this game, you basically sell drugs and sell more drugs. Yeah, you basically sell drugs until you become like a whole damn Roman Empire and own everyone and make them your slave, basically. But it's basically like if Breaking Bad was a video game, so yeah. But yeah, that's all you really need to know, and let's start. So, whenever I first created my save, I named myself this. There we go. And there we go. I woke up in this little shitty RV with a marijuana plant growing. So, I decided to start the prologue and decided that it was time to harvest. Oh my gosh, dude, it's our uncle. Yes, indeed, this raggedy old man was my uncle. In fact, his name was Uncle Nelson, and he was apparently a big drug dealer around the area, and I was his little sidekick, or nephew, to help him. Okay, I understand. I just want to take care before too much. And once I got the trimmers, I trimmed off practically the weed. Or whatever they like to call it in the game, which is OG Kush or Kush. I don't know how to say it. But it's basically pretty basic weed. It's nothing special at all. But as long as it made me money, I was fine with it. And whenever I finished packing them, I soon got contracts for me to go into town and basically do drug deals with them. I then had a little bit of chit-chatting with Uncle Nelson here, and there was nothing special, so I decided to go into town. Boom. Oh shit. Felt like that one video where that guy had the Ford Bronco and totally like jumped that shit. Yeah, play that clip. Yeah, that was way more cooler than mine, but whatever. I met up with Andy and decided to do the drug deal, and it went well. Yes, I got the stuff. You already know it, dude. Wait, how do I change the quantity? Oh, shit, okay. Okay. There you go, bitch. I then went up to Joe, and he was definitely paying way too much money for this shit. He's totally an addict. Oh, are you the guy who helped rob FGTV? Is this you? Behind the fucking pawn shop? I don't even know why I'm bringing that shit up, dude. Yes, I indeed think that this game was transferring me into a crackhead myself. There you go, you got it. 120, that Joe! You ball it out the ass. I already know you are a daily customer, or you're just friends with Uncle. Holy fuck. Yeah, for some reason I was overjoyed out of the ass, but let's move on. I then went up to a guy who looks like he raises a family of 5 and gave him his drugs, but that was very abnormal. I think he worked for the cops. I then went to the police station to see if they would care that I'm holding literal drugs in front of them, and they didn't give a fuck. Okay. I then literally went to a girl who just got off of her shift at work. You work there. I already know this is a nurse gown. I know, bro. You want me to really tell to your coworkers that you're doing some illegal ass shit? Yeah, get off that damn phone. I was apparently giving her a free sample so she could become a next customer, but I didn't really like her. See, come on. You gotta like it, dude. It's super good. Damn, that's pretty nice. Okay, shit, okay. I then realized I fucked up because there's literally a cop chasing me because he apparently saw me with the drugs. But I went up to a cartel and they were talking about how they had beef with my uncle. Okay, hurry up! Where are they? Fuck. Why are they on foot? Drive back up. Yeah, they won't find me up there, totally. When I got back to the house, I was genuinely scared because there's literally cops on me. And then I talked to Uncle Nelson about the cartel, and he said he'll get it under control with Well, clearly not, because this is what happened the next morning. I then woke up to the police being at the house, taking my Uncle Nelson. So, like any person would do, I left his ass, and I went and fled. I apparently fled to another city, and this is where the game actually started. Did they not know that I just left in this big-ass RV, and they didn't even bother to check it either? A little confused about how this all happened. Apparently, my Uncle Nelson had some pretty bad reputation in that place and got caught. So this is where it started. A small-time drug dealer from the south. Well, clearly. A fresh town with no cash, no product, and no contacts. Fuck, we lost all that? You only know one way to make money. Time to get to work. Dude, holy hell. We then got this pretty interesting looking cutscene, and we got in. But apparently, Uncle Nelson did not die. He apparently made us park into the woods, and he was calling a payphone. Crap. I finally ran out. The feds have got me locked up while I wait for trial. You're not even mad? Basically, what Uncle Nelson was saying was that he used to live in the place that we were currently in. Drug deals is very popular here, and there is basically 4 different areas: north side, south side, east side, and west side. They're all pretty bad, and people are pretty much hypocrites. The police are trying to catch you, and you even have a curfew. Yes, you have a public curfew about when you're supposed to get back in. After exploring around the city, I was pretty confused. My objective was to find, apparently, a stash of money somewhere. I basically found it, and it was a pretty big amount of money. And when walking back to the RV, this happened. What the hell just happened? Yes, I was indeed very confused, and whenever I imagined the worst of my RV either being exploded or on fire, I realized it was both. The whole thing fucking exploded, and apparently this was a personal attack. No, where? What? No, bro. What? No. This is our territory. I then magically got a phone call back from Uncle, and he forgot to tell me one big thing, that there was indeed a cartel that was mad at Uncle Nelson and me in this part. Yeah, he didn't bother to fucking tell me that, so I had to learn by myself. So that means I was gonna have to get a fucking hotel room. Before going to get a motel room, I decided to get the stuff that I needed, which was 1 growing tent, some soil, a water bucket, and some trimmers. I then realized that that shop was only card only, and so I deposited some money into my card and bought it. And then after a bit of looking, I found the motel, and it wasn't in the best place. There was an abandoned skate park that looks like it was used for meth, and there was also not the best tenants. And the motel looked like it was a shithole. But anything to make it work, huh? I soon found out that the owner of this fine establishment was named Donna. I could also give her a free sample of my drugs, because apparently everyone was chill like that. So I got a room, and I decided to now put my stuff in it. Oh, this shit's bad. Why did we get a full game console? Yes, we indeed got a game console. Didn't have the best games, but was kind of fire. When waking up, I decided that I needed to go to the hardware store because apparently it didn't register that I did, so I need to go over there. And on the way, I met this girl named Lucy, and Lucy's a bitch, so I slapped the shit out of her. Hey, stop. Dude, I can't go back to court, bro. Yeah, not knowing that she was actually gonna call the police on me, I decided running. And I ran, and I ran. And I eventually lost the cops. So I thought, dude, you won't find me. Dude, I'm out. There you go. After that whole predicament, I went back to the motel room and set up my stuff. But that's not before I got stabbed by a guy. Shit. Oh, fuck. Fuck, I didn't know he was gang affiliated. I didn't know that. No, you don't. Fuck you. Dude, he's coming in here. What the fuck? What the fuck? Yo. Dude, that guy wants to be dead. That guy wants to be dead, dude. Get away. Thank God that guy didn't open my door, and I decided to finally put my stuff up. I then made the mistake of placing that backwards, which basically made me have a totally mental breakdown for literally an hour. I couldn't understand it, and I actually had to use a cheat to basically make it so I could harvest the plant, but that's kind of spoiling. After finishing putting up my stuff, I got a magical call by Uncle Nelson once again, and he said that he had a local dealer there that could supply me with weed seeds. And it was actually genius because I got weed seeds, but the only problem was buying weed seeds from this guy made you get debt, and you don't want that, so you always have to pay back. Once I had the guy magically appear in my fucking contacts, I told him that I wanted to get some seeds, and he said that he would put it in one of those dead Dropbox things nearby. And while I waited, I played ping pong. Oh shit, it's already done? Holy fuck, that's one way to pass time. After forever for searching, the guy ended up lying to me and saying that it was behind a grocery store when it was indeed behind a fucking apartment building. But nonetheless, I got it back and decided to pay him back. And after I did, I went back to the fucking motel room and planted my seeds. And after doing that, I decided to go to the hardware store and get myself a trash bag to throw away all the trash. And after that, I went to sleep. When waking up the next day, I realized that the plant actually kind of sprouted a little bit. But once again, this is where I realized I fucked up because the thing was backwards. But I didn't really know it at the time, but it was in the back of my mind that I fucked up because it clearly was not supposed to work that way. Packaging station? I then realized something really weird. Most of these businesses are not meant for you to sell drugs or anything. They're meant for just daily household items. But explain why the fuck they have a packaging station and something like this. Like, if you don't want me to sell drugs, why the hell would you give me a tool used for selling drugs? Maybe a packaging station was used for something else, but clearly that just gave me more room to go sell drugs. But anyways, I placed it in my motel, and I then went doing other shit. I kind of waited, and waited, and waited, and waited, until I realized that I fucked up, and I didn't know why I couldn't harvest. But after waiting a long time, I then realized that I practically kind of fucked up. After still not knowing that I fucked up, I got a tattoo on my chest, and then whenever it reached nighttime, I assaulted the shit out of fucking Donna that she got scoliosis. Thank you. Donna. Sorry. So, fuck. Yo. I think I just gave her scoliosis. Bro, she's stuck in that. That's what you get, bro. That's what you get. You don't walk away from me. Fuck. Dude, I think I just gave her... Oh, never mind. I thought I gave her scoliosis. Ooh, look at this. But when the next day rolled around and I still couldn't harvest it, I realized I fucked up. I searched up how long it took for marijuana to grow in this game, and it said 15 in-game hours. And it's been literally almost 48 hours. So I realized that I fucked up and that I was gonna have to somehow manage to get into free cam and then sort of just, you know, chop it off. It's working. Okay, we're gonna have to turn this ASAP. After turning the whole thing around, I basically packed my first packet of weed, and I was gonna flex it on everyone. But Donna was not home. But anyways, I was trying to sell it as much as I could, and it seems like no one really cared, except for this one lady. Come on. Donna! I've been looking for you. Come on. Donna, 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 Donna. You're gonna like it. You're gonna like it. I in fact got my first customer, which was Donna, and I was gonna basically try to get as much people on board as I could. Whenever I realized that there was a hardware store literally on my side of town, this is where business went booming. I decided that I needed to get more soil and I needed to start getting more seeds so I could do this. But first, Dan wanted to have a talk. I run this hardware store. What's I do? I work in agriculture. Oh, ain't that nice? Okay, that's cool. That's cool, bro. Totally not doing some suspicious illegal stuff. After acquiring another seed and talking with this guy who seemed to have no interest in me, I planted it and I put some, I don't even know what it was, but it made it grow faster. And then I decided to talk to more of my neighbors to see if they like my fucking weed. Dude, what was the point? Yeah, I didn't show it, but I apparently had Peter loving my weed, but he never wanted to buy it. But this was for a reason that I'm gonna spoil. I didn't realize for maybe almost 2 hours that I could indeed make this thing sell to contracts like I did before I had to move here. Because right now I'm just trying to get as much customers to try it, which is pretty good thing for the short run, which I was trying to do a long run thing. So that means that I should have just put it for sale in the beginning. But anyways, I then realized, just kidding, yeah, I in fact didn't think about that for a little while, but I gave my drugs to this guy named Ludwig, and he didn't like it, and I didn't take that too well. Fuck, it's not working. It's not gonna work. Come on, bro, please. Fucking shithead. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fucking. After killing a man, I decided, why not? Let's go to another place. Fuck. Who the hell are you? Get lost. After forever of searching, I found one lady who lived right next to me, who indeed liked it a lot and gave me enough money to buy another growth tent, which means we can make double the profit. This is where I decided to turn my contracts on, and this was a very good idea, and one that I really didn't think of. Basically, before everybody was taking a free trial, and then hitting me back up if they ever wanted another, like, one. They just wanted one. With contracts, they could buy as much as they want. They could buy 5, they could buy 3, they could buy 2. As much as you want, as much as I could sell. And this meant profit. After paying the guy back for all his troubles of me trying to take his seeds, I then went back to doing my contracts. Okay, sorry, I didn't realize this. This is where I actually accepted the contract, and this is where I found out. Dude, yes. Sure. Holy fuck. Sure thing. Sure thing, dude. Dude, I should have just done that the whole time. We all remember the Peter guy, the guy who used to never accept my drugs. Now he does because I do contracts, and that makes me happy. After going from like $35 to $510 in a matter of like 10 minutes, I was pretty hyped about this. I finally knew how to finally play the game correctly, and now I felt like I was on top of the world. I bought tons of bags, tons of resources to help me make more and more. I even bought a third growth tint so we can make triple the profit. So now I was pretty good. I had enough resources to maintain all of these, and I was in actually pretty good state. And now it's time for selling. During that day, I got $766. I was doing very good for myself. After reaching my goal of giving 3 people drugs, I basically had to go talk to this lady who owned a Chinese restaurant. She had a building right on top of her Chinese restaurant that I could buy for $800. But we would have to go back to resorting to the old ways where we had to give people free samples. And I had to try my best to make the best weed that someone would like, just the one last person that they would like it, and so then I could be able to buy it. And then so after harvesting, I had tons of people blowing up my phone, so I tried to accept them all, which is a pretty bad idea, but anyways, I had to make as much money as I could to save up $800. So after accepting a bunch of people's, I went to as much as I could, and I gave it to them. Yep. Right out in the open, huh? 3. There he is. You work here. You work everywhere, don't you? How much you want? 5? And so this is where the very hard search began. I had to find someone who I haven't talked to, who hasn't tried my weed yet. And after forever, I finally found the culprit. How? Dude, how? Dude, the last customer who I thought was not gonna like it because she hasn't liked it before actually liked it, and I could finally buy a better place. Yes, dude, we just got the freaking room. Holy, thank you. Want to try to free sample at least? And what put the icing on top of the cake was she even liked it too. We're just getting everyone. So after moving everything into this room, I was proud to say that I was an owner of a pretty nice building. It was a very big step up from the size and the looks of the motel. It was modern, it was nicer, and it was still crappy, but it was a lot nicer than what I had. And even better, I found out that me doing this made it so I could have a new seed. Sour diesel? Yep. So this indeed meant more and more profit. And then I magically got another phone call from Uncle Nelson after forever, and he was basically proud of me and said that I had the basics of having a drug dealing operation, and that I should probably hire people for helping me, I guess. I don't know, they were like doing labor basically, and I needed to get close with some people. But that's practically where the stream ends. I've spent more than 4 hours on this game, and I was pretty proud to say that I was at a good stopping point. So if y'all want to ever see more Schedule 1, then please like the video. This took forever to make, basically, and I would be happy for you to show support, I guess. I don't know. But I'll see y'all later.